Swastiastu. Hello, introduce myself, Ketut Alit Anggraeni, number 34 from Hindu Law Program Study. Here I will explain how the comparison of customary law in Bali with different Awig-Awig. Awig-Awig comes from the word wig, which means damage, while awig means not damaged or good. So awig-awig is interpreted as something that become good. Literally, awig-awig has the meaning of a profession that regulates the manner of social life in society to release a stable life order in society. Customary law or awig-awig or pararam is Balinese customary law that live in Balinese society which originates from Dresden church and is inspired by Balinese Hinduism. Chatur Dresden is religious teaching. Chatur Dresden is religious teaching. Kuno Dresden is cultural values. Local Dresden is a way of life and Dresden village is local custom. Awig-awig. Awig-awig is a role made by the Adat village and or Banjar Adat community which serve as a guide in the implementation of Trihita Karana, namely the harmonious relationship between human and God Almighty Parahyangan, harmonious relation between human and human Pawongan, and harmony the relationship between human and the natural and environment Palemah. Thus, awig-awig is a legal customary role that functions to regulate the life of the traditional village community in order to create improvement, peace, and tranquility, as well as a sense of justice in the traditional village community, so that awig-awig is strictly adhered to from generation to generation by the manners of the traditional village in Bali. Basically, awig-awig contains the right and obligation of traditional village residents. If this is violated, there will be a reaction from the community concerned, which in its implementation is of course carried out by traditional village. Projuru who are given according to the regulation of the balance of life in the community. In Awig-Awig Desa, you will be able to see what action should or must be done and what actions are prohibited along with the customary section, or in other words, the rights and obligations of the community. Krama Desa or Banjar can be seen in Awig-Awig. Some Awig-Awig written in ancient times. Can be found some characteristics that are similar to others. The similarities among others can be seen in the less clear systematic. The provision in Awig-Awig seem like meeting minutes. There are the provision in Awig-Awig seem like meeting minutes. There are no clear boundaries. All residents we who live in a traditional manner. There is no provision that regulates the manner of guards in the traditional village. Provision regarding direct section are attached to each prohibited act. Awig-Awig is made for the implementation of Hindu religious life and the implementation of custom in certain traditional villages, so that the field of Mawachara village is very small. Characteristics that can be found Awig-Awig include social religious nature, which can be seen in various songs, sesongan, and proverbs. To make an Awig-Awig, one must determine the auspicious day, time, place, and holy person who will make it. This is so that the Awig-Awig has charisma and soul taksu. The Awig-Awig Pakraman village not only regulates the problem of Buana Alit or social life, but also universe. That this is what drives the Balinese people to really believe that Awig-Awig of or Pararam. Balinese people to really believe that Awig-Awig or Pararam does not only cause skala birth section but also niskala inner section. It is considered and clear, meaning that customary law contain principles that are completely concrete, real, clear, and flexible. The customary law methods are built on basic principles only, while the detailed arrangements are left to the processing of this basic principle by taking into account the situation and condition of the community. So from here other customary regulation such as paradigm will emerge as additional rules containing implementing instruction, additional rules and possibly additional sections that do not yet exist are no longer effective or have unclear arrangement in Awig-Awig. It is dynamic. Customary law grows and develops in society when society changes due to the times. Customary law develops in order to be able to protect community members in carving out legal member in carrying out legal relation with each other are together or communal. In Balinese customary law, there are no judges who win or lose, but there are judges of peace because Balinese customary law is more concerned with a sense of brotherhood and kinship. Another characteristic of Awig-Awig is that unique, unlike national law or Western law, which rarely accommodates a sociological dimension. Customary law, on the other hand, accommodates a sociological dimension. Awig-Awig, who live in society, not only distinguish between rights and obligations, but also provide customary sanction in the form and fine, physical and psychological sanction and spiritual ones. The type of customary sanction regulates in Awig-Awig and paradigm include A. Apologies are sorry. 2. Sin money fine. 3. Paradigm include A. Apologies are sorry. 2. Sin money or fine. C. Kerampang, confiscate property. D. Kasepekang, or not spoke to in a certain time. A. Kaselong, explain from this village. 5. F. Prayaschitta ceremony or village clean ceremony. One example of Awig-Awig in my village, namely during Nyepi Day, it is forbidden to leave the house. If someone violates it, they will be given two choice um, two choice of section. First, first, uh, they will be ordered to sweep the garbage in the grave. Or the second, namely, he has to offer charu when her and when there is a religious ceremony in Chatu spot. That's all I can say about the comparison of customary law in Bali with different Awig-Awig. That's all from me. I close with Paramasanti. Santi, Santi, Santi. Um, Thank you.